guys, it is Alicia here, and I'm here with kind of a special process video. I was asked to be a guest design team member for the month of June for Studio6Creations. So that beautiful mood board that you saw in the beginning of the video was what was provided to me for my inspiration, and my assignment was to create a 12 by 12 layout. So the Studio6Creation team, they each create a project with the same inspiration, but a different project. So um, I decided to pull the colors from that mood board because how could you not? They were so beautiful and really on trend right now. So I pulled out some distress inks, and I'm just starting with a 12 by 12 piece of cards, white cardstock that I gessoed, and I'm just smushing the distress inks, and I thought it would be fun to use this specific packaging because I saved it when I got some new paintbrushes a little bit ago, and it happens to be 12 inches in length. So I thought that would be cool to kind of see the pattern that I could achieve with a longer piece of packaging like that. So I'm using worn lipstick, dried marigold, cracked pistachio, and then I'm going to mix the peacock feathers and mermaid lagoon together. So here it is, all finished and dried, and I just love the way it came out. I mean, you cannot achieve that same effect and pattern with a paintbrush. I just loved it. So, so now you're going to see me go into doing a whole bunch of stuff that is not really going to do much. But that's kind of part of scrapbooking with different mediums and stuff like this, is a lot of it is just trial and error. You don't know what you're going to get. So I pulled out a stencil. I believe it's an old Hero Art stencil. It's like a circle graph type of stencil, and I'm spraying some Mr. Huey's opaque white through it, and it just didn't show up the way I wanted it to. So if you're looking at the layout in person, you can kind of see it, but it doesn't add too much. So we'll just call that background texture. So I'm just going to give it a quick heat set. That opaque white Mr. Huey's takes a little bit to dry. It doesn't necessarily soak right in, especially over gesso. So next I'm going to take this stencil, also by Hero Arts, but this is a newer one, and I'm going to try to figure out where I want my photo. I'm going to settle on this top left corner, but I wanted to know kind of where I wanted to do some texture paste. So what I am using here is the Faber-Castell Whip Spackle, and just putting it through that stencil under where my photo is going to go, and then also in that bottom right corner I'm going to have a cluster down there with like my title and my journaling and stuff like that. So yeah, this Whip Spackle is really nice to work with, very light and airy. I really liked it a lot, and it's going to take on the color of the distress inks below it a little bit, which I also kind of liked. So just cleaning my stencil off real quick, and yeah. Now I'm going to take this background stamp, and it's just a bunch of circles. Some are filled in, some are not. It's a little bit distressed. And I'm going to take this Delicata gold ink, and I'm just kind of putting that randomly. Again, just some background interest. And I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. I'm going to take my Bow Bunny Stitches stamp set, which is like probably one of my favorite stamps right now. Just because I don't own a sewing machine, and it's a quick way to get some cool stitching texture on your page, and my alternative to this is hand stitching, so this is a lot quicker. So I'm just, yeah, kind of putting it where there will be, you know, points of interest in the layout. Again, just some interest in the background. So I'm done with the stamps now, and you're going to see me trim off a bit from two of the edges. I just felt like I needed something to kind of case in the page. I felt like it was just kind of floaty. So I'm going to take this 12 by 12 piece of foil cardstock, and you've seen me do this before. I'm just going to cut out the middle because I can't waste any of that paper, and I think this might be my last 12 by 12 sheet, so I'm going to have to be on the hunt for some more. But I'm going to map my page on this foil paper, and I really love how it came out. It just added what I needed. around the page. So I love that. And I was really surprised I got it on there decent the first time because I am horrible at matting my whole layout on another sheet of paper. I can never get it right. So I pre-cut all my layers to kind of save some time because I really went through a lot of different papers when I was pulling for this layout, and I'll try to mention them as I'm kind of getting them together here. So I have some corrugated DCWV cardstock in there as well as some vellum. And then the pattern papers I am going to use, I'm just popping up my photo now, that like diagonal coral piece is from Mixed Company, which is a Heidi Swapp collection. That turquoise bokeh paper is from Echo Park. And then the paper at the very bottom there, that stripe with the coral and the lighter aqua color, that is Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party. And then that strip right there, that chevron strip that I'm laying the corrugated board over right now, is from Teresa Cullen's, I believe it's You Make Me Happy. Yeah, so I just stapled all those layers together to kind of help, and I'm going to use my foam tape now. I mean, I have a lot of different foam adhesives, and I like to mix and match them because they're all different depths, so I do that quite a bit. So in that bottom right corner, that journaling card there is from Cartabella Hello Again. And then another strip of that Mixed Company and a piece of vellum, and then that corrugated board. And I'm sorry if you can hear that noise. My fiance is mowing the yard right now, so that's what that sound is. So I'm just layering these pieces together, and I'm going to trim that 3x4 card down because I just need the top, maybe third of it, to go down there. So I'm going to trim that off, and after that I will be done with my layers, and so I can start embellishing a little bit. Kind of went heavy with the ATG because I wanted to make sure it would stick on that corrugated board there. But I will say I was really happy because when I tore the corrugated board, it had a white core, which I was so happy about. So instead of like that cardboard colored, craft colored. So that circle piece that says It's Okay to Shine, that's actually going to be my title, and that is from the first Chamel collection. And then I'm going to layer a couple stars there. The star, the die cut paper star, is from Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm, and then those gold foil chipboard stars are from that Heidi Swapp Project Life kit. The X and O that I layered to the right of my picture are from Mixed Company. And those are from, or those are acetate, I'm sorry.
Hi.
There's Olivia. So yeah, and then that arrow that says Epic, that is one of the Heidi Swapp stamp and die sets that they were selling at Michael's a long time ago. And I'm just going to lay one of these Teresa Cullen's gold rub-on stars up there, just kind of following the gold star theme here. Be careful with those, Libby. So I'm going to rub that on, and I will say I was really happy to use that X and O. I've had that ephemera pack, yep, for a very long time. I think I bought it at Archivers, so they closed quite a while ago. That chipboard Hello piece is also from the Heidi Swapp collection, and then those circle vellum pieces are from Mixed Company, and that hexagon that says Yeah is from, I don't know the name of the collection, but it's a Heidi Swapp collection that they were selling at Michael's. So that's from the ephemera pack. So I'm just tacking everything down now, and I'm going to pop that little arrow up and just kind of start sticking things down. So that star was distressed with a little bit of that like yellowish ivory color that was in Lucky Charm. So I'm going to try to hide the majority of that that's on that star kind of under the circle die cut here with the title on it, so you won't see too much of that. And I'm layering that gold star over it so you really don't see a lot of it. So I'm just using my Scotch Quick Dry to put these stars down. And the little vellum pieces and the little die cuts and everything, just sticking them down. I kind of toy around with the idea of putting a few more of these rub-ons on there, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to have a look at the Chamel rub-ons from her first collection, but none of those really worked for me either, so I'm going to put those away. And I'm going to start embellishing with a lot of these word strips. I put quite a few on this layout, but I really loved the look of them, so I'm going to stick this little, these are Amy Tan, like translucent ones that I love. I love these. And I'm just sticking them kind of randomly in the coordinating colors. And I can't read from what they say from here. I'm on iMovie, and so the screen while you're doing your voiceover is kind of small, so I can't read what they say, but maybe you can in like the full screen. I'm sure they all are cute. I hope. So I'm just layering those together. That's kind of the cool thing too about those translucent ones is when you layer it, that part where they layer over each other, creates like a different hue of those colors combined. So I like those. And then these are from Chamel's first collection, and I'm just going to layer a couple of those down there. Wow. Don't open those, please. They'll get everywhere. She's playing with my perfect pearl powders. Scary, right? So yeah. So I'm going to take these mini markets now, and I'm just going to put the year 2015 under those word strips down there. Just kind of scattered. I just thought it brought that color down there a little bit more. So I tried to include some of all of the colors in each of the clusters, just not overpowering of each one, if that makes sense. So kind of like that lower cluster, I have a lot of the blues and the mints, but there are also pops of like that corally pink and stuff. Um, so I'm gonna try to mess with these chipboards from Mombi. I wanted to use them because anything that's gold glitter and chipboard, it's like it should work, right? But I could not make it look the way that I wanted to look. I kind of just wanted something to fill in that area right there. It just looked pretty blank to me. But none of these are going to work. I'm going to toy with it a little bit. I mean, they're the right colors, but I just couldn't get them to where I liked how it looked. So I'm going to put those back in a second when I decide that this is not working. And I'm going to continue going through some sticker sheets and stuff. Oh, I did use that little arrow one though. It has gold glitter chevrons on it, and I just stuck it up there in that corner. It probably made me feel better that I at least used something out of there. So I'm just going through some like old Dear Lizzie sticker sheets and stuff like that. I mean the normal stuff I do. You know, if this is not the first video of mine you've watched, I mean, you've seen me go through this before. I just pull out a bunch of stuff and I just go through it and try to mess around and see what works. So I am going to use some of these though. These are Heidi Swap rub-ons from Mixed Company. I almost bought that entire line when it was at Archivers. I really loved it. And I mean, I still do. I use it quite a bit, you know, just bits and pieces from it. So I'm going to cut out a couple, these are sequin rub-ons. I'm going to use some of the like aqua ones and some of the coral ones. And I just cut out what I need because I learned the hard way. I used to try to just take them off the whole sheet one by one, but they're so sensitive that you'll get like 6 of them that are around it. So I just cut out what I need now, and then I'm very careful with the release paper on the back to only let out, you know, the one that I'm rubbing on, because these are the most sensitive rub-ons I think I've ever used. But that's good, you know, that you don't have to rub so hard. So I have those on there, and now I'm going to actually add some real sequins. I kind of thought about using some of these iridescent flower-shaped ones I have, but I am going to put those away, and I'm just going to use the clear ones. I really need to find where I can get some new clear. I guess I could check Pretty Pink Posh for some, but I really, really love clear sequins. I use them a lot. They're probably my most used sequins, and I'm running pretty low on them, so... So I'm going to scatter some of those here and there, kind of on that diagonal. I kind of like how those embellishments, the words and all of that, they kind of connect the two areas in a way. And then the rub-ons and the sequins kind of seal the deal there. So I just pulled out a little squirt of multi-matte medium. Is that how you say it? Multi-medium matte? However you say it, you know what that stuff is. And I'm going to take my quick stick here and put those down. And I just love those because they're clear, so it's not like it's adding a lot of color or anything to your page, anything distracting, but it's enough to add like the a little shine when you look at the page, you know? I love that. So I'm grabbing my gold signal pen here, and I'm going to do my journaling on that note card. And yeah, that's going to be it for right there. And then I think, I don't do splatters or anything, but I do think I'm going to grab some enamel dots and spread those, mostly because there was like a weird black smudge right there where I just set that enamel dot, and I needed to cover it, but of course I couldn't just add one enamel dot. So I'm going to go through mine and just add, I'm going to add some white ones, and I'm going to add some like dark teal glitter ones. Olivia. Sorry, she's singing and having a fun time. Some dark teal glitter ones, and then I think some coral ones. And I got that sheet of enamel dots right there from Michael's, and I love it. I love the colors on it. So, yeah, I'm just scattering those about. And I think that's it. So I'm going to do some close-ups here for you. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to the ladies from Studio6Creations. I had a great time with the mood board, and it just meant a lot to me that you asked me to be part of your team this month. And thank you to all of you for watching, and there'll be some close-ups at the end, and I'll see you guys soon.
Bye, love. Bye. Hi, bye.
Bye, guys.